You're watching Pulse for the 23rd of July, and it's time for the StarCraft news. In this week's episode, we take a look at the usual GSL results, a few MLG and IPL mentions, some troubles for Slayers Jessica and Eve, a few player and clan updates, and more. Let's get started. Before we get into this serious news, a quick mention. StarCraft 2 Wings of Liberty patch 1.3.5 is now live. This small patch features several bug fixes as well as minor interface changes, as you all already know. You can check out the full patch notes below to learn all about the latest changes. And no ladder reset, no new maps, those are still coming. As an extra, you can see the Korean netizens' reactions to this new patch. Always interesting. That's it, now on to the GSL updates. We're kicking the GSL updates off this week with the Code A finals results. I did mention last week that Puzzle and Tassadar were the two able to battle their way to the finals, and their Protoss vs Protoss clash, first in Code A history, was epic indeed. But yes, I know you're here for the results. Puzzle from the clan Xenix was able to best Tassadar with a score of 4-2. He attained the score by making a pretty amazing comeback after being 0-2 down. Well played indeed, and a big grats to Xenix Puzzle for the win. You can read more about the finals and all the past results of the Code A below, if you're keen. In the Code S, things are no less exciting. The round of 8 has been completed and we have our final 4 players. Who's left? Well, in the round of 8, Losira took down Trickster, Biyun beat Bomber, Nesty beat Koka, and here's the shocker of the day, Hongang Prime took down OGS MC. Yeah, no one really expected that. So that means our top 4 players are in fact I am Losira, Xenix Biyun, I am Nesty, and Hongang Prime Wee. Being a Zerg player myself, I would absolutely love to see Nesty in yet another GSL final. That would be amazing. Anyway, let me know who your favorites are of these 4 and read more about the GSL July round of 8 below. Now time for the GSTL July updates. These ones contain a bit of a shocker too. A shocker that has pretty much the entire StarCraft community abuzz. But wait, I'm getting ahead of myself here. In GSTL Jupiter Week 5, Clan OGS took down Prime Wee with a score of 4-3. Then in GSTL Venus Week 5, FXO beat Team IM with a score of 4-0. No, I didn't make a mistake there. FXO won. And to make things even sweeter, it was an all-kill by QXC. That means he took down 4 players single-handedly. Impressive stuff. More on that in a bit though. Lastly, in the 5th week of the GSTL, NS Hosio managed to take down StarTale with a score of 4-2. That's it for the GSL results. Keep checking back here soon for more. As one quick extra, you can, as has somewhat become the norm, read the Korean netizens' reactions to QXC's unexpected all-kill. They are indeed quite hilarious. Read more below. Next up, in some quick MLG news, the full schedule and caster lineup for MLG Anaheim has been announced. So, who will be replacing Tastosis on the secondary, or rather just second MLG stream? Mr. Bitter and Husky. I am sure you all know them by now, and if you don't, you can read more about both of them below. As usual, we will have DJ Wheat, Day9 and JP there to hold the fort too. The full playlist is too long to even begin to cover, so I won't, but you can check all the players in the groups and those enrolled in the open tournament out below too. The last MLG related extras for all of you out there are the MLG Anaheim pool previews with JP McDaniel. Yes, quite interesting for those of you that want to hear JP's thoughts on all the players taking part. Check it all out below and enjoy. In the last of our tournament and event news, we have the IPL updates, so let's check those results out. Instead of mentioning every single result, I will rather just put them on your screens and link them to you below. The first 4 days of the winners bracket, or I guess upper bracket, have been played out, and the first of the lowers too. Yes, that means there are quite a few results already. I have to say that these games are well worth checking out live, so be sure to tune in and have a look at them when you get the chance. So that's it, let's check out the tournament and event smalls. In the tournament and event smalls, GameGoon 2011 is starting this very weekend. You can read more about the Alienware StarCraft 2 challenge at DreamHack Summer 2011, courtesy of Polygon Review. Then read more about the grubby StarCraft Pro Invitational and the Asus Republic of Gamers tournament happening at Assembly Summer 2011. The first player is set to be announced very soon for DreamHack Valencia. You can have a look at the Total Biscuit vs Leah Jackson charity show match below, and all the players have been announced for the Shoutcraft Invitational 2. Lastly, Moon and Lin are set to be playing Warcraft 3 at World Cyber Games 2011, not StarCraft 2. Now, some more talk about Slayers Eve and Jessica. I mentioned in last week's episode that female Korean StarCraft 2 player Eve had been picked up by Team Slayers. I also mentioned that the responses to this from the Korean and international StarCraft 2 communities were not all good, as I guess could have been expected. The reason for that, if you didn't already read or hear last week, was that Eve was apparently only in Gold League when she was recruited, now Diamond League though, and has no good showings in tournaments and is relatively just new to StarCraft and esports in general. I also mentioned that Jessica had reasons for recruiting her, and she spoke them quite passionately once again just a day or two ago. She said the following: "If she trains and receives training, I believe that she will achieve the match ability to at least give you all entertaining matches to watch. That is why I selected her. She was not inducted so that she would achieve incredible feats in individual leagues like the GSL. She is here to make the game more entertaining and to show that unlike StarCraft 1, female players can easily do well in StarCraft 2. If you condemn her to be unworthy for not becoming a master in under a month, how would female players anywhere ever attempt to make it in StarCraft?" That's some pretty heartfelt stuff, and you can see that Jessica is looking at the bigger picture here. I totally appreciate that. So now, the bad reactions were apparently a lot worse than we first thought. Jessica, who is the manager of Team Slayers, apparently saw and read countless flaming and insulting posts ranging from verbally abusing Eve to much worse, such as photoshopping her face onto porn stars' bodies and actively trying to humiliate her. Needless to say, she wasn't happy. Who would be? She then declared what is being seen as a cleanup period against all flamers and insulters and has threatened to take them to the police. It has been said that most of the insulting posts come from a site called DC Inside, which is sort of like the 4chan of Korea. Now, I guess you can decide for yourself how serious those should be taken. But anyway, taking an issue like this to the police, suing people for insulting or flaming your players over the internet, I mean, we all know that things do work a bit differently in Korea. Do you think Slayers Jessica is going a little bit too far with this? Or is that what the accused deserve? It is really hard to say. You can even see the stack of papers that Jessica has apparently collected. These are printed screenshots of evidence, as she calls it. I won't say any more about it. I think whatever Jessica does, she will put her heart and soul into it, and whatever she does, I will support her fully. I don't know, she just has that effect on me. Read more about all of this drama below, and be sure that there is a lot more to read, and let me know what you think about all of it. Now, next in the community news, we have a series of quick pieces of player and clan news. The reason I'm actually covering these here is, well, they're all pretty interesting. First up, NASL champion Puma has been picked up by evil geniuses, that's EG. There was a lot said about this, and a lot of people were confused and even angered by it. Did EG poach Puma from TSL, the clan he was in? That is apparently not the case. Lower your pitchforks. Sheth said it best. EG offered a free agent a contract. The free agent decided to accept it. The team that didn't want to contract said player is now upset that they didn't. I think you can work the rest out. So it's apparently not as simple as that, but he still pretty much explained it as it is. It seems like Puma has not signed a contract with EG yet, but yes, for now, EG Puma. As an extra, you can read what TSL's coach had to say about all of this below too. Then, just a few days ago, FXO's team owner, FXO Boss, announced FXO's acquisition of well-established Korean pro team FOU for our Utopia. This effectively turns all FOU's current players into FXO players. Now, don't misunderstand this one. It's nothing like the deal between OGS and SK Gaming. FOU are now FXO Korea, and that's that. Then lastly, Sheth has left FXO. I guess there isn't really much to say about this one. FXO said that they, FXO, as an organization had a vision, and Sheth as a player and person had a vision, and these two did not coincide. This came shortly after Sheth's mention that he would in fact not be returning to Korea after the NASL. Oh well, we still love you, Sheth. And in the last of our community news, Blake is back with yet another StarCraft 2 song, this one titled StarCraft 2 What Up. This song is, as he describes it, a much more personal song, and well, a lot different too. The song is great, and what can I say, this StarCraft player from Switzerland really knows how to rap. It's impressive and totally catchy. You better watch out, Tempo, you've got some competition right here. I'm constantly being amazed by the stuff the community cooks up. Anyway, check the song out right here on YouTube, and be sure to leave a comment, subscribe, and keep your eyes and ears peeled for more from Blake. Enjoy. With that done, let's check out the StarCraft 2 community smalls. First up in the smalls, on the official site you can check out some new StarCraft fan art. Achievecraft number 10, Master of the Universe. Check out a poll titled Partying, yeah. Mondragon has parted ways with Meteor Makers. You can read about Team Acer, StarCraft 2's creation. Team Dignitas has signed Tan Dong Ho, formerly of Xenix. You can check out an interview with Acer Kaoru about Team Acer. Check out Strelok's new project, The Ambitious Terran. There's an interview with Goody over at Polarfluke, an Idra interview by Carmack right here on YouTube, an interview with GG Last Shadow. Check out what In Control had to say about the NASL's finals. Read about Huck's ace performance, a status update from TLO. Slayer's MMA is now on Razor Zone. Then a few interesting posts, a future direction for esports, esports journalism, the decline and trends for the future. Have a look at the esports yearbook 2010, the real problem with Korea. Check a picture out of some esports aviators. Have a look at the FXO review show. The NASL gives back, a weekend with the pros. You better check that one out. Then an interesting video that I found that is slightly older, but it's of Tastosis casting Counter-Strike. Over at The Escapist you can watch extra credits, Bull S978 and Operation Rainfall. Then lastly, right here on YouTube, check out a gameplay trailer of the StarCraft Universe Alpha. Sadly, that's all I have for you in the StarCraft news. Remember to like the video, favorite it, share it with your friends, and do all that other good stuff. Most importantly though, happy StarCrafting.